Mahābharata, Adi Parva, Āsṭhika Parva, Section 48. Sati said, O thou of ascetic wealth, soon after her husband had left her, Jaratkaru went to her brother, and she told him everything that had happened. And the prince of snakes, hearing the calamitous news, spoke unto his miserable sister, himself more miserable still. And he said, Thou knows, O amiable one, the purpose of thy bestowal, the reason thereof. If, from that union, for the welfare of the snakes, a son be born, then he, possessed of energy, will save us all from the Sarpasatra. The grandsire had said so of old in the midst of the Devas. O fortunate one, hast thou conceived from thy union with that best of rishis? My heart's desire is that my bestowal of thee on that wise one may not be fruitless. Truly, it is not proper for me to ask thee about this, but from the gravity of the interests I ask thee this, knowing also the obstinacy of thy husband, ever engaged in severe penances. I shall not follow him, for he may curse me. Tell me in detail all that thy husband, O amiable one, has done, and extract that terribly afflicting dart that lies implanted for a long time past in my heart. Jaratkaru, thus addressed, consoling Vasuki, the Raja of the snakes, at length replied, saying, Asked by me about offspring, the high-souled and mighty ascetic said, There is. And then he went away. I do not remember him to have ever before speak even in jest aught that is false. Why should he, O Raja, speak a falsehood on such a serious occasion? He said, Thou should not grieve, O daughter of the Nagakula, about the intended result of our union. A son shall be born to thee, resplendent as the blazing sun. O brother, having said this to me, my husband of ascetic wealth went away. Therefore, let the deep sorrow cherished in thy heart disappear. Sati continued, Thus addressed, Vasuki, the Raja of the snakes, accepted those words of his sister, and in great joy said, Be it so. And the chief of the snakes then adored his sister with the best regards, gift of wealth, and fitting eulogies. Then, O best of Dvijas, the embryo, endued with great splendor, began to develop like the moon in the heavens in the bright fortnight. And in due time, the sister of the snakes, O Dvija, gave birth to a son of the splendor of a celestial child, who became the reliever of the fears of his paternal and maternal relatives. The child grew up there in the house of the Raja of the snakes. He studied the Vedas and their branches with the ascetic Chavana, the son of Bhrigu, and though but a boy, his vows were rigid, and he was gifted with great intelligence and with the several attributes of virtue, knowledge, freedom from world's indulgences, and saintliness. And the name by which he was known to the world was Āsṭhika. And he was known by the name of Āsṭhika because his father had gone to the forest, saying, There is, when he was in the womb. Though but a boy, he had great gravity and intelligence, and he was reared with great care in the palace of the snakes. And he was like the illustrious Lord of the Celestials, Mahadeva, of the golden form, the wielder of the trident. And he grew up day by day, the delight of all the snakes.